Okay, happy Friday, guys. We made it to episode 121 of this Homestead Shop Talk podcast with Al from Lumna Acres, Ben from Holler Homestead, and myself, Jason from Sow the Land. What's going on, guys?
We're finally getting some rain.
Ooh,
We got 3 inches of rain a couple of days ago, and now we're getting about a half inch. So we got 3 inches overnight, and it actually soaked in the ground. It didn't wash away, which was nice.
yeah, we're kind of warmed up here
You did. We were in the
a little
80s.
bit.
I think
You
that's
guys,
about what we got to. I think we got up to the 80s today, like like 81 or something like that. It was nice. It was
yeah,
tolerable.
we were 50s today in rain, but we were 80s and then I'd say 60s, 70s. But it's cooling off now. I think this storm that's coming up is bringing us the cooler weather.
Yeah, it's definitely fall. It feels fall. Leaves are changing and it's looking nice. Heck, kind of feels like that, but not too cold though.
What's your coldest morning so far?
Was it 50s?
I
Okay.
think
Maybe.
Thursday morning, was it Thursday morning or Friday morning? It was like 47. I think that's the coldest we've seen so far.
think
Yeah, yeah,
I think we've had like 29 so far, 28. We've had a few good hard frosts.
Bring it on. I'm ready.
yeah. I don't think we've had a frost yet.
I can go first. I don't have a real long week this week. I'll just go down my list. About the only thing I did on the homestead that was worth note was I pulled all of my copas that we prepared and seasoned last winter that have been sitting on cure in vacuum bags in the fridge for gosh, what is that? About 10 months. Um, Pulled them out. We had to make room. We Our favorite apple is finally in season. It's the Evercrisp, and so we drove up to good old Granddad's Orchard in Hendersonville, and we got a whole bunch of apples. We got 6 bushels of apples. Um, the Evercrisp apples will keep a long time in the fridge. So last year we got 4 bushels, and they kept all the way until like February. I think we had a few last till March, but we'd eaten almost all of them by then. And so it was like next time they're, in season, let's go get even more. So we got 2 bushels more. So hence making room in the fridge to store all those apples. Uh, pulled the rest of those copas out. I think I had it's like 5 copas and a lonsa, uh, and they just needed to be wrapped and hung up in the fridge. So I got those all wrapped, got them hung up, weighed and started. We're starting the drying process. A lot of people don't realize a refrigerator is a barren, dry place. You want something to mummify, put it in the fridge and leave it uncovered. Um, I I'm doing a couple prosciuttos, like whole leg prosciuttos in the fridge, and they're actually drier and harder. I think they case hardened on me in the fridge. I have 2 of them hanging here in the kitchen, and they're still soft. And the ones in the fridge are like, it feels like you're picking up a piece of wood. They're so hard. So I'm gonna have to play around with it. I had some water in the fridge, but I forgot about it, and it all evaporated and disappeared. So got kind of dry in that fridge. So I'm having to monitor the humidity in this. It's my barn fridge. So what else we did this week? We went up to
Does,
Kentucky to visit some. What was that, Al?
does anybody make like an alarm? Is that you could put in the fridge that has like the humidity and stuff? Is it like Hummingbird or something like that that makes almost like CoolBot stuff with like monitors and
I think so. I know there's all kinds of stuff I want to get to make a curing chamber.
yeah,
You can get a dehumidifier and a humidifier, and then
nice.
you just plug the fridge into a thermostat. I've actually got one of the thermostats that controls a heat mat for my seed starting area. You can use that same controller to control the fridge. So all I'd have to do is get the humidifier and dehumidifier, and you stuff those in the fridge, and those are what control the humidity. So
So
it's
you just set the water up to it or whatever, and it'll just
yeah,
automatically. That'd be
yeah,
slick.
it'd be slick. I want to do it kind of the fridge we have that's currently full of apples. I want to get one of those fridges because it's one of those fridges that'll convert to a freezer.
Yep,
And so it's just like a stand up. It's big and open. You'd have lots of room to put like racks for hanging meat. I want to do it in one of those. Um, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. I would like it to kind of be up here at the house so I can monitor it a little bit closer.
Yeah,
But that'd be cool. That's kind of the end goal. I want to have a curing chamber for making all my cured meats.
that'd be nice.
So this week we went to Kentucky to visit some friends, drove 300 miles north, and it was warmer up there than it is here. Uh, in fact, I would say they are in late summer and we are in early fall. I was fully expecting, like a couple weeks ago, we went to the Homesteading Ish conference, and as we drove up into West Virginia, the fall colors are like full swing up there. Well, I expected that again because we were driving about the same distance, but kind of over into Kentucky instead of straight north. And it's like we're getting less and less color and less color, and we get to their place and it's like, what the heck? This is what it looked like in August.
Wow.
Uh,
Hot.
and they were no, I wouldn't say hot, but it was a little bit warmer than it was here. And they're in the mountains. They're
Yeah,
our friend. They have the dream homestead. They're the house in the middle of 100 acres type setup, and really cool property. They've got caves on their property. We went
Wow.
and we didn't go spelunking, but we did go down and look at these little rock outcroppings. Uh, pretty cool property. Uh, I will say, I guess I hadn't really grasped how big 100 acres is. Holy cow. Like we walked 2 miles. It was like 2.25 miles, and we barely saw any of it. It's all wooded. He's got like two different mountaintops on his property. He's got valleys, he's got ravines, like really cool property. So it's really
Nice.
good hanging out with our friends. We haven't seen them in a while. Uh, but yeah, it was a really cool weekend. We were there for 4 days, and
Did you do any farm chores while you were there?
farm chores, yes. Uh, me and Jason were laughing before we started. Nothing died. We didn't go there and process an animal. I told him we were about this close from castrating his pigs because he had some piglets that needed to be castrated. And I was like, I'll help you with it. And the only hang up was we had a hard time catching them. And then the one that we did catch and get in a pen, we thought the sow was going to break down the fence to come and get that one. And it was like, I don't really feel like getting bit by an angry sow today, so maybe we'll just X-nay on the castration.
It's my
But
vacation. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to be running.
how'd you get hurt on vacation? Well, it's a long story.
Yeah, it involved a pig.
Involved several pigs. So yeah, it was a really good visit, really good time. Um, it's kind of weird. We don't get away very often unless it's like work related. Actually, I would say that's the only time we really leave and do something for, longer than a day is if it's work related. And we actually like went and had a little vacation. It was really nice. I don't think we've had a vacation in probably 6 years, like as long as we've been here. Like usually it's either to go help someone process some animals or a speaking engagement or I don't know, Homesteaders of America type thing, like a conference. We usually don't leave and have leisure, so it was really nice. And then we came home and I don't know, we were 20 minutes away from our friend's place. I stopped to get gas or diesel because we were in the excursion, and I assume I got some bad gas, some bad diesel. Uh, you know, took about a half a tank getting up there, and I was like, you know what? I'll just fill up. It's only half a tank, even though I could make it home on, what we brought. I'll just fill up. I wanted to stop and get a coffee, so stopped, got a coffee, put diesel in it, and got back on the road, and immediately the motor started sputtering and hiccuping. We're up at highway speed. Uh, we're doing 70 miles an hour, and the truck just starts like, "Ugh." Did I just feel that? And then it's like, I look at Meg and she kind of looks at me because she felt that one. And then it starts sputtering. So I pulled off there was a rest area. I pulled off at the rest area. And as soon as we come to a stop, the truck is just shaking, idling rough. It's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. We're still like 300 miles away from home.
Mm.
So checked everything I could check on the side of the road. Of course, I didn't bring any tools or anything, and it's not popping a code.
I mean, you just had
So
that thing fixed,
yeah, we
right?
just had that thing fixed like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
So it should be no problem.
Should be no problem unless you get some messed up fuel. So called my friend because that's kind of his realm. That's what he deals with, and he's like, okay, where are you at? And he's like, all right, this gas station right here. I sell them this stuff, so I know they have it. Go get this product, put it in your tank. It should clear it up. And so I went and got a bottle of this stuff and dumped it in, and it didn't stop the rough idle, but it stopped the hiccuping and restored a lot of the power. And so we were able to drive home no problem. Anytime I stopped, I just shut the truck off and never died,
Hmm.
but felt like I was limping at home. I white knuckled it the whole way, just like every little sound the truck made. It's like, oh, is this it? Are we gonna be broke down? Please not here. There's nothing here. But it was all
Wow.
right. We stuck to interstates where there's like, stuff. There was one point I thought our road was gonna bring us through the canyon. Jason, have you been on I-40 through the canyon between Tennessee and North Carolina since Helene?
Not since Helene, no.
Dude,
Yeah,
I hadn't seen it.
right.
So it's considerably deeper now than it was last time I went through there. And the places like any bend where like the river bends,
Hmm.
it just undercut the heck out of the mountainside. Like it's unreal. I had not seen the damage. Like
Wow.
it is unreal. We came through that way when we were going, and it's like 35 miles an hour the entire way through the canyon. It's down to 2 lanes because, there's a couple places where the road's gone.
They're
Um,
still working on that?
oh yeah, they're like
Yeah.
huge earth moving equipment. There's a
Wow.
spot where they're like basically carving out the top of a mountain because they need fill to replace what got washed away. Yeah, it's incredible. If maybe take a leisure drive up there if you want to take
Yeah.
a gander. Man, like it used to be such a pretty drive through the canyon, just real scenic, and it just looks like a disaster zone still. Like it's
Wow.
incredible. So we avoided that. I didn't want to be broke down. I didn't want to be that guy, 2 lanes and I'm broke down and you
Right.
can't get a tow truck to me because we're blocking the only road. So I was like, let's drive around through Johnson City to get home. And we kind of came that way. Real pretty drive. I've never been through Johnson City, Tennessee. Um, Real pretty drive. We made it home all right.
At least there was
Messed
good
around.
weather.
Oh, it was beautiful weather. I didn't see a cloud the entire time until we were coming home. I could tell when we were getting close to North Carolina because it was like, hey, there's clouds up there. I haven't seen those in 3 days. So, yeah, made it home. And I messed around a little bit with the truck today. Had an actual Allen wrench so I could pop the drain plug loose to see if there was water in the fuel. And there was no water in the fuel water separator, which was kind of a bummer. I was really hoping it was going to be an easy thing like that. Um, I mean, there was a little bit of trash in there that came out, but not a lot. So I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to take it to the mechanic or just beat my head against it a little bit more. I shouldn't even say that. I should say, yeah, it's going to be at the shop by the time this podcast comes out because I know I'll get emails, 50 million things. Oh, try this, try that. That's always hard.
Yeah. Just take it.
So I'll just take it and drop it off and be like, hey, I saw you 2 months ago. Good to see you again. Please don't be as expensive as last time.
Right.
So yeah, that was my week. Not super crazy. It was nice. It was a nice, relaxing weekend until we came home. That was a little stressful, but we'll recover.
That's good. You feel refreshed? Feel ready to go?
I will probably tomorrow. I was pretty tired this morning when I got up. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Like stressing like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just stress, especially driving. I don't like being broken down. It's happened a lot since I've been a Ford owner. Um, and I'm not used to it. So I don't like being broke down with the entire family with me because it's hard to find a ride. It's hard to
Yeah.
like we just about have to take 2 Ubers in a situation like that.
Mhm.
But it's cool. We know people all over, and so It's like, okay, we're within range of these friends over here. We're within range of these friends. Like, if we broke down right here, we got people in either direction. Like, it'll be all right. It's always all right. It's just that getting over it. You do like this would be the worst thing possible. It's like, actually, no, breaking down on the side of the road is not the worst thing possible. Like, it's really not. Getting in a catastrophic wreck, I'd say that's a bad day. Um, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, when you make it home and you get in bed, it's all good. So, Jason, how was your week?
Week was good, man. I don't know, it's one of those weeks where you look back and you think about what you did and you're like, I don't think I did anything this week. I know we've had all those weeks, but so we've had last few days actually, last 4 days or so. I've had pretty much just a person come and pick up meat, buy meat from us and pick up. So which is pretty cool. I had a guy come out, drove all the way from Ohio
Oh,
Goodness.
to come pick up some pork, which was awesome. It was kind of cool. I think that might have been the furthest someone has ever come out to pick up pork. Yeah, everyone else came out. Usually it's about an hour usually for people when they come. But yeah, some people bought some pork and chicken. So we're almost about to buy another freezer, but because we still have these turkeys that we need to butcher. And but luckily, I think we're gonna be okay where we don't have to buy a freezer. And it's weird because we only need a freezer for like a short amount of time for these turkeys, but then once the turkeys are gone, like we don't need the freezer, So I think we're gonna make it barely. So yeah, that's cool. Some people are buying here and there, and our freezers are getting lower.
are you
Uh,
selling any bacon? Or are you keeping that all for yourselves?
man, that's so tough. I mean, I
Right?
did I did keep. I mean, it's so tough. I did keep some. Yeah, but no, we're selling some.
Selling some.
Yeah, one person bought one bacon, so I mean, we still have quite a bit, but yeah, it's so hard because we tried it, man. It was so good, you know, and you're like, man, I want to keep all of it. But yeah, we're selling it. So what else? So I did something for the first time this week, and that was farm sit.
Is that the first time you farm sat?
I was thinking about this weekend, and I was like, honestly, I think you're the first person to ever ask me,
Oh, I kind of feel special.
which is bizarre, like, because I had to really think about it. I can't, unless I'm missing something here, but like in the whole, geez, since 2016, I don't think anybody has ever asked to farm sit. And I don't think I've ever farm sit for anybody. I don't know. Forgive me if I don't remember, but someone's gonna be like, well, what about me? Well, what about me? I was like, no, I don't. I think you're the only one that's ever asked me.
Well, that's cool.
I don't
That
know. So first
worked.
time.
You did great for your first time.
Oh, thank you.
He's a newbie.
Yeah, broke in right there. Uh, so yeah, it gave me a chance to drive my mini truck. So I drove my mini truck on the road. Uh,
You drove
did
that thing over here?
yeah.
I wondered. I saw some weird looking tire tracks in my driveway. I was like, that ain't the golf cart. What is that? Makes
Mm.
sense now.
Yeah, that's a little tiny vehicle. The Munchkins were here. Um, yeah, so that was fun. I Every time I drive in that thing, I feel like I'm going on this grand adventure because it's so little. And
You feel
I,
like a
'cause-
hobbit.
yeah, like I feel like I'm going on this adventure, and like I almost got to like psych myself up to like, all right, I got my water, I got my coffee, like I'm good, you know. Because I'm always thinking, because it's an older vehicle, right? Like I'm always thinking like, I hope it don't break down. That would suck, but it didn't. It ran like a champ. So yeah, farm sitting was great. I mean, it was yeah, you had everything on a system, and all them pigs, man.
It's too many, man.
That's a lot of
I,
pigs.
I dug out my scald tank and started clearing the area. It's coming. I'm gonna get started soon.
Yeah, but everyone behaved. Everyone was on good. Everybody was doing good, so it was not such a big deal. I've been, that with these sheep that I have, hopefully it can be. I could have these guys for a while. Maybe not these guys exactly all these guys because we're gonna butcher some, but like at least have sheep for a while and breed them and all that. So I'm always thinking how do I make this more efficient? Because I want to be moving them more often. And, I would hate every time I got to move them, I got to put up these posts, I got to run the wire, but then I also don't want permanent paddocks everywhere because we're gonna get meat birds again. I'm gonna be running chicken tractors, and I just don't want. I picture it being chaos. You got the pigs with the netting, and then you got the sheep with the two wires, and then you got the chicken tractors, and they're all intermingling. So I don't know. I've just been thinking about different things. So which I know they have these things that you could buy, and I'm sure you guys seen them. They're like a post where it has multiple reels on them.
Those are cool.
I think Gallagher sells one, which I almost bought one, but I think they're like $300 or $400. And I know people who have them, they seem to like really like them. They said they work well. So I figured I think I want this week I try to make one. Like not they sell these other things that it's just basically a post and you could put like regular reels on them and almost like you could put three reels on one post and then you could pull the strings all at one time. So I know they make those too. So I was like, it seems so simple. Like it's just a piece of angle iron and they just stick it in the ground and then attach, three reels to it. So that's what I did this week. I went ahead and tried to make my own reel post, I guess what you call it. Not quite done yet. I think I'm going to be done tomorrow. So by the time this podcast out though, that video should be out. But so far so good. I think it's going to come. I think it's going to work. Which is the whole idea is pretty simple. It's just an angle iron and you just stick it in the ground. And then I used rebar. So it's almost like a three-legged post that you stick all three legs in the ground. So it stands up. And then it has two reels coming off of the post that I attach to. And then you could pull the strings all at one time.
Better
So I've,
patent that thing.
hmm?
Better patent that thing.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I mean, it's kind of heavy duty for what it is, but it kind of needed to be heavy duty because the reels aren't like super light, they're kind of heavy. So it couldn't be like a plastic post or nothing. So, and I don't picture I'm not going to be moving this thing all around every day. It's just, I'm thinking this is going to be that middle two wires that are in the middle of the property, and that might stay. Not forever, but like I'm not going to move it as much versus the horizontal wires that I'm going off of. So yeah, I'm gonna set it up tomorrow and then film all that and show how that's gonna work. But I think it's gonna work. Which
Someone needs to come up like an auto retractable one.
what's that?
Somebody needs to come up like an auto retractable one. So when you're picking up your fence, you just kind of like hit a button and walk with it and it reels it up automatically.
An auto one would be nice, yes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, an auto one. We're not on a big giant ranch or nothing, but I've seen them where you attach them to a back of a four-wheeler and you could like
Yep.
take them long
Drive off.
distances. Yeah. Or you could attach like a drill gun to a reel. I've seen those and just press the button and just winds it up.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. It's like how involved do you want to get with these things? You know. But I don't know. I think it's going to work out pretty good. I already had all the materials and I have a welder and those projects are fun to do and you know, I don't weld too often. And that's why those type of projects are the best things to do, just to, you know, keep you fresh on the welding. But yeah, I think it's going to turn out well. I already had the reels too, so I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, but I mean, it was pretty simple. I think those things, saved me at least 100 to $300.
You have to send me a picture of that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it works. I think it's going to work. I just finished it this morning or last night, but I need to set it up still. But um,
Will that work for your pigs too? Or you have to make like a different height for the pigs? Because you had your other pigs on like two wire, right?
yeah, it was on two wire. Yeah, it would probably work for them if I make another one and just change the holes
Yeah.
for the height. I mean, I don't, these are big reels, right? Like the big white, I think Tarragate or O'Brien reels. I mean, they're really nice reels, but they don't need to be that heavy duty, you know? I
Right.
mean, these are like really nice reels. They're going to last a while, but they don't need to be. They could be like the smaller, if they're a little bit smaller and lighter.
Does anybody make a smaller reel? Like the reels we have are always bigger, same size. I've never seen like a smaller homestead size, I guess, or for
Um,
smaller paddocks or anything.
they do have a smaller reel. I have a few actually, but it's not like those ones. Those ones, they're what are they? They call them three-in-ones where they just
Yeah.
like
Like the gear
crank.
ratio.
Yeah, they're not like those. They're just like regular plastic reels
Yeah.
that hold maybe like 500 feet. Like they're smaller and they're light, which is great, but they're not like those other ones at all. They're just a basic reel. I think they're like $30. I think Gallagher has them. Something like those would be good for the pigs if I could like mount those on a post somehow. And yeah, I'm sure I could do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting, just trying to come up with just these little things, hopefully make things easier and not harder. I'm just trying to figure that stuff out. But I'll send you guys a picture of that. I think it's gonna work.
When do you think you'd be butchering your first sheep?
So they say to butcher them like within the year. Have you ever guys had mutton before? Does it
I
taste good,
have.
or does it
I
taste like
mean, like just
like
lamb in general,
well, not
or like an
lamb, but
older
like
lamb,
isn't mutton like a
Old
lamb
lamb
that's like
or
over a
old
year old,
lamb.
like
Yeah,
older?
I actually like you've got hair sheep. Hair sheep don't have that distinct lanolin
Yeah, I don't
smell
know.
and
I don't know.
flavor.
Because I've heard
Um,
I don't know if they do or not, but that's what I've heard. I don't know, but
so
it'd be interesting to try.
I can share a little bit. I also got three lambs from our friend Mike last year. One
Hmm.
of them, she was older, and then it was two younger lambs, and I processed all three of them at the same time. The older one, I would say that was worth it because she was so much bigger than the other two.
Hmm.
Um, she had a stronger flavor. I'll say that. It wasn't bad. Like it wasn't off-putting. It
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
bad.
Yeah.
She just tasted more, I guess, sheepish, sheepy, whatever the saying is. Um, you could tell she was older. It's kind of like if you eat a older cow, they're not necessarily tougher, but they have a stronger developed beefy flavor. Kind of like with the chicken, honestly. Have you ever eaten an old rooster? An old rooster is
Yeah.
so tough, it's almost inedible, but if you cook it down and make a soup out of it until the meat's just falling apart, uh, it tastes more chickeny. Like it's got a richer chicken flavor.
Hmm.
That's the same way I would describe eating, an older hair sheep versus a younger one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We thought it was delicious. We loved every single morsel of
Right.
lamb we put in the freezer. So I don't know. You probably will too.
Yo, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I think I have heard that with like the if it versus like a wool sheep. I think those
Yes.
ones are probably have stronger flavor, but
Yeah, the wool sheep, they taste like lanolin. Like go smell the sheep. Like
hmm.
that's what it tastes like if you're eating a wool sheep.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've always heard to butcher them in, within the year. So that would be around January or February
Perfect
for
time.
for these ones. Yeah. So I know we'll definitely do one at least. I mean, maybe two. My plan originally was to do three, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but for sure we'll do one at least around that time. That should be interesting. Yeah. Plus, we still have the three Coney pigs that I'm not
You
sure.
put, are you going to butcher them this year? You haven't decided yet.
No, I haven't decided yet. I don't know. We'll do at least one, but I don't know. They're still so tiny. I don't know. Like I want to say they're more smaller than the last year's Coney pigs.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm not feeding them any less or more. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna need to wait till we have more freezer space, and hopefully everyone's gonna buy these turkeys that we have, and then and then we'll have more space for these guys. So yeah, probably not till January or so. I've been making spoons. I think I have like 12 made right now.
Nice.
I don't know how many I'm gonna end up making, but I'm trying to have a bunch going and put them on the website, hopefully.
How's the
So
hot sauce coming? Have you tested that lately, or
no, we're still kind of waiting to get more bottles in, but yeah, that's coming up quick. November 1st is still the plan.
have you
Okay.
tasted any batch this year? Because didn't last year, didn't you taste test it a few times or something before you got it?
Yeah, well, we're doing the same kind again. So I've tasted this new batch.
Gotcha.
and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's good. Yeah, it's gonna be coming quick too. So what's going on with your world, Al?
More demolition.
More
Uh-oh.
demo.
More demo. Well,
Tell us.
we're took out all the walls and everything downstairs and we're changing out the layout, making it more of an open concept house. So then it's like, well, now we got to change the windows. And then it's an old farmhouse, but it doesn't have a mudroom or an entry room. Like your front door is right into the kitchen.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
So
Heck no.
yeah. So it's like, no. So the exterior walls were changing, like the window location. One window went right into the basement, and then there was another window next to it. So we took out a window, framing up one to turn it into a doorway, but there's a bulkhead right outside of that, so I can't put the doorway in now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an entranceway in the back of the house where the bulkhead is. We're gonna make that floor have like a hinged door, and then the exterior wall in front of it will be the front door to come into the mudroom. And then if we ever want to use the basement bulkhead, we'll just have to open like the decking to get down there. 'Cause I mean, how often do you really need your bulkhead door going to your basement? We got an interior door kind of thing. So if we need to get anything big in and out, we'll have to do it that way. So the bulkhead leaks. So it's kind of like we need to do something with the bulkhead anyways. And we want a mudroom. And if the bulkhead is basically where we would want it because it's like where we park. Like it'd be like right, like for us to get in and out of the house from the vehicles that go to the barn. It's like secluded and just like the entrance way we would be. So I'm like, this is where we want to put it. Like we'll have to deal with not having an exterior doorway to the basement, easy access. Like if we want to do it, we'll just have to take 10 minutes to clean the floor out and stuff like that. So we're trying to plan ahead for a future. So I'm like, okay, well, take this window out, frame it up for a door, but I can't use the doorway until we build the mudroom. Hopefully, it'll be the springtime. So it's just kind of like figuring that out and then figuring out new window location. There was a window. I'm assuming at one point there must have been a sink in front of it because it was a higher up sink and like two small windows. But when we gutted the house, there was a oven in front of it. But when I took all the old flooring out, there was holes in the floor, like where there's probably a drain. So I'm like, at some point, somebody else must have had their sink there. I'm like, that doesn't go. Like it was just a weird, awkward window. So we took that one out, framed that up a bigger hole. Then we're like, okay, we're going. My first, I didn't want to touch the windows. I'm like, if we touch the windows, then we got to do new siding. And the house is already sided. It's been sided for I don't know how long, but so it's faded. So it's like you just can't, it's not just an easy project. It's like you're opening up another can of worms. But I'm
Hmm.
like, if we're going this far, we're just gonna change up the windows how we want it on that side of the house
That seems
anyways.
to be the theme, Al. Like,
Yep.
well, if we're going this far, we might as well go this
Might
far.
as well keep going.
Yeah.
The nice thing about that part of the house is it has a fake roof line. So when they dormered the roof, they left the bottom maybe like foot of the old roof, and then they put the straight up wall for the second floor. So there's just like a small little foot long roof. So that's where we'll tie in the roof for the mudroom. And then also when we're siding, we don't got to go all the way up. We can just kind of stop it at that roof line. And if it doesn't match perfectly the color, you won't notice it anyways. So we're deciding if we just do it a different, like if we just say, nah, let's kind of like change it up and make it a completely different siding, or if we try to match it.
It's an accent wall now.
Yeah, an accent wall. And that we plan on putting a patio for us out back, and we'll put a fence from the road. So it'll be fenced in, and we'll have like our own little like patio and stuff out there. So it's kind of like it's going to be something different that we would just see. So it might be kind of like a cool accent wall. So that's where I'm changing the windows is there. And then on the front of the house where the porch is, I'm going to change. There's one window we're keeping. It's a big picture window. I'm going to keep that, but put a newer one in because all of the windows are either from like the 1800s or the 60s, like 1960. So every window is single pane. So it's like there's, you know what I mean? Like you can hear sound through them. You got your heat loss. You
They
got the,
rattle.
Some of them rattle. Some of them have the old ones from like the 1800s. They have like air bubbles in them.
Wow.
Mm,
Super old
what a
glass.
pain.
Yeah. So some of them we're keeping, and we'll just do replacement windows in them. But there's ones on the porch that we want to change. But I'm like, well, you know what? It's the porch. There's two front doors. One of the front doors we're going to take out. It goes up to the office. So they used to run an excavation company out of there. So they added a door so you could just go to the office without going through the house, which makes sense if you have a bunch of employees. But we're like, well, we'll take that out because we'd rather have another wall for hanging coats and stuff like that while we don't have a mudroom. So I'm like, if we're going that far, we're gonna change the windows up on the porch, and the porch is gonna like the porch can be an accent wall again. Like we'll probably do shiplap under the porch and just make it look different. So we're changing up those windows. So I think we got 11 windows total that we're redoing on the first floor. There's one, two that we're removing completely. The bathroom that had I'm trying to think how wide that the bathroom window was 30 by 56 in your bathroom. So it had a big, huge window in the bathroom. So we're like, yeah, we gotta make that a little bit smaller.
Was it at least like high enough to
No,
where, oh yeah, nice.
Frosted glass at least.
no, no.
Like, hey everybody, it's bath
'Cause
time.
I'd used the bathroom a few times when we first bought it. It had a running bathroom, it had a bathtub, shower, it has a furnace and everything, so it works. I was in there taking showers. And I'm like, this is just weird. Like this is way too big of a window to have in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I'm like, yeah, we got to change that one up. The cops will be knocking on the door saying, "Hey, somebody's driving by and making a complaint." So,
Just put
so
one of them
yeah,
one way tints.
make sure you tint it the right way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't think you could see in.
Yeah.
Thought this was a big mirror.
Right? But
I,
yeah,
I
so
got my I got my favorite book, my favorite kids book that I should send you. It's If You Give a Mouse a Cookie.
yeah,
I might send you a copy. You give a mouse a cookie, he's probably going to want a glass of milk to go with it,
yeah,
and so on and so forth. That's kind of what it's like with this build.
it is. It's one of those things like you plan on living there, so it's like, how far do you like you're already this far in. You just have to. You can't stop. Because you're gonna be doing it later on anyways and making a mess while you're living there.
You don't want to have regret either. Be like, man, I wish we
Exactly.
had done this while it was all a mess.
Yep. That's the stage we're at right now.
Do it
So
now.
do it now. So then we have old cast iron pipe in the house for plumbing. And I was hemming and hawing about, I'm like, do I leave that? Do I take it out? There's one area had a crack in it. Like it wasn't like cracked all the way through, but it was cracked. So I'm like, that's it. We're taking it out. Um, but most of the cast iron looked brand new. It was all 4-inch cast iron pipe all the way from the septic inlet from the foundation all the way up to the roof. Most of it was brand new looking. I was like, "Oh, I hate to take this out, but I'm like, I don't want to leave it and build walls around everything and then have an issue later on." So it's the same thing. It's like you just got to do it. We're this far.
Yep.
It's just got to come out. So it's the stage we're at, and it's like we just want to be here, but no, like we gotta get it all done before we have the regret of, oh, now I got to tear this wall back apart to fix this or fix that.
Keep
And
finding
when
all
you
kinds of goodies.
yeah, and then when you know how to do the stuff, you know what you're looking at. It's like you can't just go, oh wait, no, I'll just ignore that. You
Yeah.
wish you could sometimes, but so it'll be nice once it's all done. It'd be a nice, well insulated new house on the inside. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, we're getting there. And then we'll have to do the wiring, the plumbing, and then it's all the things I need to relearn that I've done before, but you only do them every once in a while. So then you gotta refigure how to do everything, kind of thing.
Like what?
It's just plumbing,
Oh,
electrical.
yeah.
So
That's how I felt doing the plumbing in this thing. Like it's been 5 years since I did any PEX, and getting back to it is like, do I still remember how to do this? I
yep.
mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's like riding a bicycle, but still, I had doubts.
Oh yeah. For me, the big one's running the drain the septic drain and then all the vents because like we're doing two bathrooms. We've never had a house that's had two bathrooms. So it's like, okay, so I got to go up through the roof with the vent, but then also I got to tie in all the other vents from it. And we also have part of the house has post and beam, which is fine. But when I'm figuring out the vents, I'm like, I don't want to have to drill holes through these floor beams to put the vents through. So Gina wants a tub upstairs, and I'm like, okay, when we're figuring it out, I'm like, the tub, the drain has to be over here. Well, I want it there. I said, yeah, but we're not, just the stuff that the average person doesn't think about. Like if a lot of times you go into a house and you stop looking, they just cut out floor joists. They just like the plumbers
Mhm.
just lop them off and they run their plumbing through. So as I'm doing all this, I'm just trying to take into account of all that stuff. Like, okay, where's the drain pipes going? I don't want it over here. I don't want it that way. So it's just kind of like so many different hats you have to keep taking on and off as you're doing the build.
So you haven't moved any animals over?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We keep getting wood chips. I think we got at least four more loads dropped off since last time I told you.
Oh, geez.
Rub it in.
I know. It's one of the, I know,
Horrible.
well, we're gonna get them for a while, and then all of a sudden we won't get them for 5, 10 more
Yep,
years,
that's
kind of
how it
thing.
works.
Like every
Yeah.
time I every time I dump a load right now, I'm like, okay, I run out with a tractor and just push it back up because the pile's getting big. So I'm like, I want to make sure we have room so they can drop them off if they want to keep dropping them off. So
Chip Drop keeps emailing me and they're like, we didn't forget about you. You're still on the list. And I'm like, all right. Like, we got somebody that might come in 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay. I haven't seen anything yet, but
You'll
that's
get
fine.
one load.
You
That's
can
it. You'll just
load.
get one load.
bunch of stumps. They'll just drop a giant tree in my front yard.
You can chip it.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm surprised they're in contact though with that many because they seem to be reaching out quite a bit. Like, oh yeah, somebody should be your way.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I mean, probably because people were tagging them in my post.
Yeah. I wonder where most of these tree companies get rid of their wood chips. Like if they don't have a place to drop them, they want like the town transfer stations or dumps take them, or they got to pay to get rid of them, or what? I don't know.
Probably the dump.
Probably the
Probably
dump.
the dump.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, I know there's a lot, like, I'll drive every now and then and see like a brand new pile of chips, like out behind a parking lot somewhere. It's like, oh, someone didn't know where to dump, so they just dumped it right here.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna be the weird looking one if I show up with a trailer and a shovel,
Bring you a tractor and a dump trailer.
That's what it's coming down to, man.
stealing wood chips.
That's what
Yep.
when we first moved out to our 1.5 acres that we had. That's how I would do it because we didn't really know anybody, and at first I wasn't getting any wood chips, so I would drive around. Me and Penelope, she was like 4 years old at the time.
Teach them young.
We'd just be driving around looking for wood chips, and like I got to know the spots back then. Like I was like, I know this corner over here, and sure enough, this corner was always full of wood chips. And we'd pull over, both me and her would just start shoveling until I found a actual a tree trimmer guy who was like, he was my connection. And then
He was
he
your
just started
dealer.
coming. What's that?
He was your dealer.
Yeah, he was my wood chip dealer for sure. And he was just like, yep. He just kept coming. Um, but
It
yeah.
helps when you're closer to a bigger city or
Hmm.
whatever to get them for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I really realized that until we moved away.
Yep.
I assume like, oh, you're more country, like you should have no problem getting wood chips.
Yep. Like the wood chips we are getting, they're clearing the power or trimming the power lines. And most of the time they're just chipping the chips right into the woods. It's only when they're by a house and they have to chip them in the back of the truck that we get them, which is fine, and they only do that every 5 to 10 years. They'll trim the power lines. So it's not, yeah. Once they're done with this, we won't see anybody around for a while.
Yeah, take them in,
But yeah,
take
if you
them.
live near the city, I mean, people are, or by a bigger town, people are getting trees trimmed in their yards all the time. So that they're looking for stuff. They're looking for places at that point to get rid of everything.
Oh yeah. Luckily, I don't need the wood chips right now, but if I get some more pigs in the winter or something and put them in this shelter I have, I'm gonna need some more.
You got any local sawmills you could get sawdust from?
I have never looked. I don't know. I'm sure there are, but I haven't. I haven't been to one. Have you been to any sawmills out here, Ben?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to the big one. We have a pretty big one just up the road from us. I actually went and got wood chips from them, but their wood chips are too big and
Mm.
too uniform and too clean. But yeah,
Too clean, you
that's the
mean
only wood
mostly
chip.
just mostly wood,
So
sawdust, I mean, or no bark.
it's like screened, cleaned wood chips. So they're all uniform in size. It's what they send to a paper mill. And
Hmm.
so they have to be a certain size and no bark whatsoever. And man, I put these wood chips in the orchard and they took 2.5 years to break down. I could actually probably go out there and kick around and find them, like still recognizable. Uh, Stuff that I chipped, I put on top of those wood chips, and the stuff I chipped rotted down before those did. So I don't know if they're like heat treated or what, because those are long lived, and they're
Yeah.
just pine. They're just pine wood chips.
Mm.
I find that with like bought bedding is the same way. Because when you buy bedding, it's just clean pine wood. And I think it's because there's no bark to help break everything down for some reason.
What it could be, they could actually, when they're chipping them, they could cook the wood chips, and it would. I don't know why you would, but maybe they don't want them to rot,
Hmm.
and maybe they're cooking them to kill any fungus that's in there, because that's the first thing that starts breaking everything down is the fungus. And these things, I had to bring in like outside rotted wood chips and put them on those before they finally started rotting down. So it was weird. It was like they were heat treated, or I don't think they were sprayed with anything. They were supposed to be just pure wood chips, but
That's like those chicken bedding that I got from my chick bedding dealer.
You get a lot of dealers.
he's in the industry.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
He has his own, he makes log cabins or log homes kits. So he has like his byproduct is the shavings, wood shavings, and it's all pine. And I dumped that in our, because he gave me a bunch of bags. So I dumped some in the, um, like the pathways, and it's been there for a while. I mean, it's really good stuff. Like it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's probably the same reason. Like it's super clean.
Yep.
Is that it?
He's like, I got completely derailed by you guys. I'm waiting.
I know.
Didn't mean to cut you off, Al.
No,
Totally
I just
sidetrack your
no.
story.
That's pretty much that's pretty much it.
Don't get me started on wood chips.
That's all I gotta say is the word wood chips, and we go
I
down
know.
the rabbit hole.
Don't get me started. I should have make a t-shirt that says "Ask me about my wood chips." I was like, "What wood chips? I need some.
Right?
Where'd you get them?" I don't have
Do
any.
do you have any local tree trimmers you think in your area?
Oh, there's
Oh
tons of
yeah,
them.
Really?
I've called them all.
Wow.
They probably know who I am. They're like, "We'll
They're
put you on the
avoiding you.
list." Yeah, they're like this guy. He's trying to get free wood chips. Huh.
No soup. What was it? The Seinfeld no soup for you. They're
Yeah,
like the no wood chips for you.
yeah.
I've had better luck with a tree trimmer from, he's not the next county over, they're the next county after that, bringing me wood chips. And I ran into the dude at Lowe's. Like, they're way far away and they'll do work out this way. And they don't want to carry their wood chips all the way back. And that's the only time I get wood chips, like once a year from them. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. None of the local guys, hey man, I got a spot right here. And they just look at you like, I bet you do. And then you know wood chips.
Yeah, like I don't know what I don't know. They're expecting
I
something.
wonder. I wonder if they're selling them to like the compost people you guys get your soil from or something.
Maybe. I've wondered that.
You know what
But
I mean?
those,
If there's somebody buying them for composting material or something.
but they
Uh,
can't be buying every single wood chip out there. You know what I mean?
I don't
Like
know.
we live in the middle of a forest.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be so many wood chips. Like they can't all be going to one spot.
Wood literally grows on trees out here. Like that's how many trees we got. There shouldn't be a shortage of wood chips.
Yeah, there's whole towns named after trees out here. Who knows? We just need to start our own tree business.
Right? Just
Start a
get a
wood
big
chipping
old,
business, maybe
yeah,
not
big
tree
old wood
business.
chipper.
Yeah, wood chip business.
See, what's a hard pill to swallow is realizing the size wood chipper both me and you need, Jason.
Hmm.
They cost about $150,000 and it's like what Jill Salton has. We need a Vermeer, one of those great big giant, like 15-inch. You can shove a 12-inch tree in there and it doesn't even shudder. That's what size we need.
Yeah, dang. That'd be
I
cool.
want to know like where Asplin sells their old wood chippers. I'd love to find one of theirs.
Me too.
I
One
think
of
they'll
those
take
ones.
probably like a, yeah, like you said, like a 12-inch and just feed it in.
They probably park them in some kind of back lot somewhere and they just sit there.
Well, I imagine a Splund, when they're done with something, they are probably tore back. They are used up.
Yep.
That's true. It's like a rental business.
Yeah. Yeah. But you don't want to get the equipment after a rental business is done with it.
And you
Be
don't want to
cheaper to
rent
buy
them
brand
like
new.
you don't want to rent a rental chipper either. They're usually like what, like 6-inch chippers and they're terrible.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I physically went to our rental place we have in town and looked at their 9-inch chipper because it's like 9 inches. That sounds pretty good. Well, then I got my wood chipper and it's a, 6 8-incher, 6 by 8.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, 9 inches is not big enough. And I went and looked at it. Man, that thing was tore up. It's like, man, you'd almost be better off getting all the boys together with a couple axes and trying to demolish a log that way than trying to shove a log into that wood chipper. Maybe you'd
Yeah,
like go trap some beavers and turn them loose and just wait. That might be better than renting that wood chipper.
Yep.
that's what you gotta do. Train beavers.
Train the beavers to chew
Train
what
the
you want them to
beavers.
chew.
Yeah.
They make some nice wood chips.
They do make some nice wood chips.
They
That'd
do.
be awesome.
Hey, there's a business idea. Trained beavers. You just start catching all these beavers, you train them, and then you go into a wooded area that someone wants cleared, and it's like forestry mulching, but it's just like a herd of beavers. They just go in there, they knock all the trees down, turn them into, oh man, like
Yep.
it's all about them cash flow opportunities. Whoever
Yeah.
wants to take the time to train a beaver, world's
Did
your oyster.
how'd you get those wood chips? Did a machine do those? Because I only want wood chips made by a beaver.
Only the best.
Yeah.
100% beaver chewed wood chips.
Au naturel, man. What are we talking about? Made by beavers.
I think there is actually a brand of wood chipper called an eager beaver.
Mm-hmm.
So someone at least thought about it.
Had to been. We can't be the first one.
No. It's
Made
either a wood chipper or it's a trailer company or it's both now. That's that
I'll have
brand.
to look them up.
I'd like to get a tub grinder someday and just grind stumps and all.
One of those ones that's got the claw
Mm.
machine attached to it so you can pick the logs up and drop them in.
Yep.
Man, those things are crazy. Seeing some of the stumps that they just pick up and drop them in, and you just see the conveyor out the other side and doesn't even slow down.
Nope. Like that's what you need because all the soil that's still on the stumps just goes in there, gets ground up with the chips, and helps just compost everything down so much quicker. I've
Man.
seen, which was crazy. Speaking of that, there's farms on YouTube I'll watch, and they will get a grinder in, and they'll tub grind old hay bales or corn stalk bales, and they leave the net wrapping and everything on, and they feed them to the cows.
Oh,
What?
geez.
It
Yep.
grinds it all up? All
Grind it
that?
all up. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Maybe they figure the cows aren't going to live long enough to worry about it.
It's like all that plastic that's getting in there,
They're
like the
probably,
net thing is
yeah.
just,
They're like, we're not taking this plastic off. Let's just throw it all in there.
I just throw it all right in the tub grinder and grind
Oh
it all up.
I,
man.
s- I saw a video one time, same thing, but it was a pig farm, and this guy filmed when he wasn't supposed to, and he showed all this stuff. They're bringing in like loaves of bread still in the package, and they're just loading up package and all, and they're pelletizing all of this bread with the packages. And he goes and he like grabs a handful of these pelletized bread loaves, and it looks like, regular pellet feed, but he like starts cracking them open. They got little pieces of plastic in them, all the wrappers. It's like, geez.
Heck
Yeah.
no.
The pigs ain't gonna care. Like same with the cows, they ain't gonna care because they usually mix in with like a sweet feed to get them
Right.
to eat the
Yep.
stuff. Yep.
Kind of like what they feed all of us. Coat it in MSG, make it go down a little bit easier.
Make it
MSG
smell
or
like Mc
sugar or whatever.
it smells like McDonald's.
Yep.
So what else, Al? That's it.
That's it for this week.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the great comments you give us and messages, and for everyone who's bought a t-shirt. So thank you guys for doing that. And hopefully everyone has an awesome week, and we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good week.
Later, everybody.